Hi everyone! Today I wanted to share a different kind of poem than my last video, which was more melancholic. Let's experience something a little lighter and more peaceful, shall we? The poem I'm reading today to you is I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud by William Wordsworth. It's also commonly known as Daffodils. William Wordsworth was an English poet from the late 1700s to the early 1800s, and he's one of the main writers for the Romantic movement. He often wrote about nature and the quiet, emotional experiences we have when we slow down and really notice the world around us. He wrote this poem in 1804 after taking a walk with his sister Dorothy near a lake in England where they saw a long line of daffodils growing along the water. This image stayed with him, and later it became the inspiration for this poem. I also chose this poem because lately I've been watching the series Alone. Watching people spend long periods of time by themselves in nature, it just made me think about solitude in a different way. When you're alone and everything becomes quiet, you start to notice small things in nature that you might normally miss. And in this poem, it's something Wordsworth really captures really beautifully. It's a simple moment in nature and how it becomes something that stays with him long after it happens. I also have been thinking about how spring is coming soon, so this poem just feels like a gentle reminder to slow down and notice those quiet moments around us before summer also comes behind. So this is I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. Besides, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretch in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in a sprightly dance. The waves beside them dance, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a chosen company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is a bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. So, what I love about this poem is that it's not really just about flowers, it's about memory and the joyful moments that stay with us. Wordsworth says that later, when he's lying quietly or feeling thoughtful, the image of the daffodils returns to his mind. He calls it the inward eye, almost like the mind replaying a peaceful memory. And when that memory returns, it fills him with joy again. I do have lots of those joyful memories for sure, and it reminds me that I should be replaying them more often. So, what if we explore more of that possibility of the possibility that happiness can come from very simple moments? Something as small as seeing flowers dancing in the wind can stay with us and bring us joy long after the moment. Or the sweetness of a smile, or a kind gesture from a friend, or a cozy blanket after a breezy day. Thank you so much